We as humans want happiness and pleasure. However, are you willing to have pain and discomfort to get it? I'll say it again. We as humans want happiness and pleasure. However, are you willing to have pain and discomfort to get it? Hey, Carl, how's it going? So, bottom line in life, when we want to achieve something, it doesn't always come easily. It's not free like people think it should be. They sit back and they wonder, why can't I have this? Why are other people getting it? And what they don't realize is that the people that are getting it have put in the work. They've put in the effort. They've put in the sweat equity. They've skinned their knees, gotten back up, dusted themselves off, started again. And most successful people that I know, including in some aspects, I guess I'd consider myself successful as well, I've had to be willing to put up with the pain and anguish and heartache and sleepless nights and stress, I guess, anxiety, sometimes some depression. But, are you willing to do what it takes to change? Are you willing to change your life and pivot? Are you willing to have some discomfort? I know we'll use an example. There's people out there that want to become healthy, physically healthy, mentally healthy, but they're not willing to do the things that are required to get there. So on the physical side, you need to change your nutrition, right? Go to a more nutritionally healthy diet, exercise. Are you willing to do that exercise every single day? Are you willing to go to the gym? Are you willing to run? Are you willing to walk? Are there so many things that you need to be willing to do in order to become physically healthy? And nutrition is the most important part of all that, because if you're a person that goes and works out and you leave the gym and you run into a McDonald's drive-through and you're gobbling down unhealthy processed food, or, I've seen people, leave the gym and they're lighting up a cigarette, or they're cracking open a can of Coke, or they're, grabbing, the most unhealthy thing. They're eating a bag of chips right after. You know what? That's not going to help you, because physical health is so much more than just physically working out. You have to change your nutritional aspects of your life. And on top of all that, let's go back to, people want to change their mental health, their emotional health, yet they're doing things that don't necessarily do that. They're watching things like, again, not trying to offend anybody, I'm just using this as an example, but they'll sit and they'll binge watch shows like The Bachelor, or they'll binge watch shows like Survivor, or they'll binge watch things like certain types of movies that are full of unrealistic expectations of human beings, or what life is really like. And they're fictional characters living in a fictional world. And that's all the type of shows that they watch, or books that they read, or, whatever the case may be. If you want to change your mental and emotional health, maybe you need to listen and read and watch things that are realistic and are based on where you want to be. Hopefully that place that you want to be is a good place. But again, you have to make that decision. So I'll say it again. We as humans want happiness and pleasure. However, are you willing to have pain and discomfort to get it? Will it suck having to give up some of the things that you're willing to, that you in the past have eaten, or habits that you've had that aren't necessarily conducive to you being successful physically? That's entirely a question that only you can answer. You have to be willing to have some discomfort, right? And willing to change things to get over the pain that your life is maybe currently experiencing it. Maybe you aren't even realizing that you are in pain, but yet you seem to be caught in a rut. Well, maybe some of that pain and discomfort you're going through is because of the patterns that you've lived for months, years, maybe decades. If you want to change, you got to be willing to step out of your comfort zone. And some people use that phrase very loosely, in the sense that, well, they're not willing to, life's too short. I've heard it all. It's ridiculous. Some of the comments and things that people will say, oh, I'm not going to live forever. So for the next 20, 30, 40 years, I'm going to be a smoker. I'm going to be overweight. I'm going to not physically exercise, and I'm going to eat whatever the hell I want to eat. And yet I sit on the couch every night watching the clock, realizing, oh, I have time to watch one more show before I have to go to bed and get up and go back to the job I can't stand. And maybe the job isn't the issue. Maybe you are. Maybe it's because of what you're putting into your mind, what you're putting into your body. I wonder, does Dwight have any truth to what he's saying? Maybe this is disturbing some of you. Maybe this is upsetting you. You know what? If it helps you want to pivot and change in your life, I hope, right, that you'll reach out to me. I can help you. I've been there. I'm not judging you. I'm judging where I used to be, but I had to change. I had to be willing to go through some pain and discomfort to change my 6 inches between my ears. I had to be willing to go through some pain and discomfort to lose all the weight that I used to have. 3 years ago at this time, I was 40 some pounds overweight. I had to change my nutritional life. I had to decide what I was going to do. I had to take processed foods out of my life. I was suffering 6 inches between my ears, so I had to realize that when I have been successful in life, what was I doing that enhanced my mental clarity, that enhanced my emotional state of mind? I was reading positive books, motivational books. I was listening, pardon me, because I'm more of an audible person than a reader, but I was, then I introduced in the last couple years podcasts in my life and mentors that are trying to, help out so many different people. The difference is I didn't just look at the fact that they were trying to help me. I became a student and listened to what they were saying and started practicing what they were telling me. And that 6 inches part of me between my ears has developed and gotten stronger. So my mind and my heart connection has gotten better. My health has gotten better because I've decided to, do things in regards to my physical health whenever I possibly can to continually strengthen my inner core, right? Health-wise, but the number one thing on the health aspect is your nutrition. Stop putting processed food into your body. Stop drinking pop that's full of chemicals and sugar every single day. Now, if you want to do it in moderation once in a while, have at her. But those of you out there that are drinking pop every single day, eating processed foods every single day, and wondering why you can't lose weight after you've gone to the gym, there's a correlation between that. Anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox. Drop me a comment below, good or bad. Reach out, DM me if you would, like to find out exactly what I've done to change my life in the last 3 years. And part of that 3-year thing is when I think about it, part 2 of Andy Versella's podcast was part 2 of 1,000 days. Well, guess what 1,000 days is? 3 years. And in 1,000 days, you can pivot and change your life so much. You will have your ups and downs in those 1,000 days. I know I have. But I continually push forward. And the difference between me and those that sit back and bitch and complain about life and never ever change or succeed is that I'm willing to admit to myself that I've made a mistake, figure out where I screwed up and start all over again. Or maybe I don't have to start all over again. I can just, go back a few rungs on the ladder, readjust, pivot, and move forward again. Anyway, why do I talk to you about any of this stuff? Because I give a heck. And I want to help you give a heck about your life too, because we all deserve to have happiness, but it takes work. It doesn't happen by accident. Life is in session. This is not a dress rehearsal. And, sometimes if you are struggling and you can't do it on your own, you need mentorship. I'm not saying I can necessarily help you out with all the aspects of your life, but maybe I can give you some direction and focus to help you start to be the best version of yourself that you've always dreamed that you could be. So I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. God bless. Peace out.